Shalom. Before I begin this video, all praise, honor, and glory goes unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, GMS, who rule well and teach well from the elder apostles to all on down. Right, taught me this truth. Okay, as well as a sincere salutation to the elder bishops, along with you brothers pushing and laboring in the spirit power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, uplifting and edifying the elect. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash, Barakatham, to you brothers, man. And, this is going to be a fairly quick video. Just going into, some of the multiple lies of Esau Edom. And the title of this video is The Israelites Are Made in His Image. We do not come from monkeys. Okay? We don't come from monkeys. Okay? Because they want to constantly push this on Jake. Now of course, even though Esau is a base, degenerate, brute beast in the sense that, he acts like a brute beast. Esau, you don't come from monkeys either, man. Okay? Now, at one point, you were just a low-level, knuckle-dragging, caveman. And the Lord has basically kind of washed you up, spruced you up, threw you in the three-piece suit. Yet you're still that devil. You're still that old base man. Esau is a base man, right? His lies are being uncovered. All right, so it says the true face of Lucy, humanity's most famous ancestor, which this devil was pushing that super hard, years ago, was pushing that super hard that we all come from primates. Millions of years ago, we came from primates, which we know that that's a lie. All right, you've been exposed. All right, and like the book of Obadiah speaks on, how are the hidden things of Esau sought up, roughly paraphrasing, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So now it's being revealed that you're a liar. And these different articles just further prove the point that this man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Okay? It says, the true face of Lucy, humanity's most famous ancestor. Scientists blend art and science to reconstruct the appearance of a primate who lived 3.2 million years ago, which, they like to constantly say, okay, this is who we come from. And more specifically, they like to point at the Israelites and say that we come from monkeys. Because, see, at first, Eve was talking about we all come from monkeys. Then all of a sudden, he got silent when it came to him him coming from primate. Now all of a sudden, he's switching it. We're sophisticated. We taught, they wanted to tell us that they taught us how to bathe. Anyways, scientists blend art and science to reconstruct the appearance of a primate who lived 3.2 million years ago, which that's not true, all right? The true face of the tiny primate Lucy, who proved that our early human relatives walked on two legs 3 million years ago. Man, it's hey, the scriptures speak about surely Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. You know? Because when you read this, you're naturally going to get upset. Right? Because we are a noble people. We are a just people. The Israelites. You know, God's chosen people. You know, from the foundation of the earth, the Lord's will we be of the elect. All right, we are God's chosen people. This honor, this duty was given to no one else except for the elect. All right, so it says 3 million years ago, which we know the earth ain't that old. And let's go ahead and get a precept. All right, and it says here, Psalms 58 and 1. To the chief musician, Alta Shaif Miktam of David. Do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Yeah, so in this damn devil's mind, okay, he's working wickedness. This wicked, right? Because once again, we know that this is a false narrative. Because to be honest, we've been taught this all our life, like from the jump. You know, we was in school learning about Lucy. They say we come from this, man. It's false. It says, do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. And this damn devil, he is violent. He's violent. And then he upholds violence. He proclaims violence as a beacon of hope, a beacon of light. Right? He likes to call it giving people freedom. When he comes, he bombs you to hell and back. You know, beats you to smithereens, takes your women, turns them into harlots. Right? Comes over there, and now all of a sudden, everything's the way that he wants it. Right? Through violence. It's through violence. This is how he's maintained, his hold is through violence. It says Psalm 58 and 3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. So as soon as they come out, they are the wicked. Little wicked ass toddler. And you damn devils, before you get upset, you looking at us, you looking at us and you looking at the children of Israel like animals, right? Here it is, you got a so-called Latino toddler in the store. You looking at him like he got 8 heads. Like he the worst thing going. When in reality, okay, it's your red ass. You the wicked. Right? Yet, he think he in the seat to judge. No, you getting judged. All right? These are all statements against you. Psalms 58 and 3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. So yeah, from the jump, from day one, as soon as a Edomite man, lays with a woman, right? Because you are what your father is, so it really doesn't matter who the Edomite lays with. That child that comes out is an Edomite. So that little, and I don't know the specific time frame of when, they start to develop a heartbeat or whatnot. But that little heartbeat, that's a wicked heartbeat. They come out wicked. Now, of course, you have many Jakes. Many Jakes look like the other nations. You have a bunch of Jakes who may come out looking like an Edomite. Yet there's characteristics on how to know if this is an Edomite or not. Right? It's deeper than skin color. Esau's spirit is spiritually. He is a violent man. That's all he knows. It's with violence. Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born. So from the moment that they are on the earth, they're taught lies from liars because they are liars. All right? Speaking lies. So as soon as they're able to talk, they lying. Because you can point and say, "Is he black?" You can ask Edomite. You could point and say, you could point at Jake and say, "What is he?" And they're gonna say, "Oh, he's black." That's a lie. We ain't black. That's an Israelite of the tribe of Judah, one of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's the truth. Okay, they're so Esau is so comfortable in telling his lies, man. That's part of his pride. Psalm 58:4. The poison is like the poison of a serpent. Yeah, and 2/3 of our people have been bit and is paralyzed by the serpent. Right? They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of the charmers, charming never so wisely. You're not gonna listen to the voice of the Lord. You're not gonna listen to reason. That's really what's reasonable. That's really reasonable words. The words that come, from the men of the Lord. The men of Yahweh Shem Yahushua Shem Kakudash. Break their teeth, O Yahweh, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Lord. Let them melt away as waters which run continually. When he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, let them be as cut in pieces. All right, so he's breaking down E. Right? E want to come up devouring. When you at camp, E want to come up with his chest poked out. You can come up with your chest poked out. Because we're going to handle this spiritually. We ain't going to, handle this on a physical level. We're going to handle this spiritually. And they've never won. E has never... Hey, man, this truth is undefeated. They try to come around with some aha, I got you moments. Not possible. Okay, the Lord has it so that, you can subdue the earth, you can subdue the people here and make them subject to payments and make them come to you for the want of all things. You can't beat this word, though. And that's where Esau is so upset, because this truth, the words of the Lord cut, deep. Let them melt away as waters which run continually. When he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, let them be cut as in pieces. Yeah, so you're going to be demolished. You're going to be completely destroyed. America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, is going to be completely destroyed by ICBM's intercontinental ballistic missiles with an S. Before your pots can feel the thorns, he shall take them away as a whirlwind. both living and in his wrath. Woo. Oh, Salakia. I done jumped over verse 8. Psalms 58 and 8. As a snail which melteth, let every one of them pass away. And snails melt, a little bit of salt, heat, you know. Let every one of them pass away like the untimely birth of a woman, that they may not see the sun. Out of here, you're going to be deleted. Before your pots can feel the thorns, he shall take them away as with a whirlwind, both living and in his wrath. You're done, man. Your enterprise, all your accomplishments, all the things that you thought you was going to do, it's not going to come to pass. The Lord isn't going to allow that to happen. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. Yes, we're going to say Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh. When we seen you, completely destroyed, when we see this place completely destroyed, Lord's will we be of the elect. All right. We're going to be praising the Lord, right? The righteous going into the elect shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. And there's going to be a vengeance. The Lord spoke about getting vengeance for his elect. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. So, and it's through their deletion. It's through their deletion that the kingdom of heaven is established. It's through the deletion of Babylon the Great, aka America, okay, that the kingdom of heaven is established. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. So we're not going to literally be, moonwalking in the blood. No, that's speaking on the Lord avenging us. All right? and because the Lord avenged us, this is what we're going to say. Lord's will be of the elect. Psalms 58 and 11. So that a man shall say, verily, there is a reward for the righteous. Yeah, so there is a reward for the righteous. We're bringing out the words Yahweh Shem Yahushai, B'Shem HaKakwadash, to the best of our ability. Okay, brothers, there is a reward. There is a reward for the righteous. There's a great reward coming for the men of the Lord. Starting off with the elder apostle on down. And also, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, right? Which consists of men, women, and children. There's a reward coming. All right, the scriptures speak about the Lord coming with healing in his wings. All right, Psalms 58 and 11. Verily, there is a reward for the righteous. Verily, he is a power that judgeth in the earth. So every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess, okay, that Yahweh Shem Yahushua B'Shem HaKakwadash is Lord. You ain't gonna have a choice. It's gonna be known that there's a righteous, just power. The only power, right? The God of the Israelites. His name specifically being Yahweh. He exists, he to be. And his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai. Because he is salvation. He is the deliverer. He is that anointed deliverer, right? It says, verily he is a power that judgeth in the earth. So it's going to happen. This damn devil and his lies, it's going to come to an end, man. It says, going back to this article, it says a skeleton. And of course, this is a skeleton. They didn't put this together somewhere, Named after the Beatles song "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds," was discovered in Ethiopia by Donald Johanson, an American paleoanthropologist. She belongs to the Australopithecus afarensis species. Which, once again, E coming around with his he's coming around with his Latin, and was the most intact early hominin ever found. And they're making up a bunch of words, right? Which help prove that our human ancestors walked on two legs before developing large brains. Once again, lies. Before her discovery, many people had hypothesized that a larger brain was needed to allow the dexterity needed for upright walking. Now an international team, including Cicero Moraes, a world leader in forensic facial reconstruction software, has reconstructed her face using scans of her skull, coupled with soft tissue data from chimpanzees, who have a similar brain size to the Australopithecus afarensis. See, they just making it up. Lucy has a flatter face and a less protruding jaw than modern great apes. Seeing Lucy's face is like glimpsing a bridge to the distant past, offering a visual connection to human evolution, which there's no such thing as evolution. We don't come from monkeys. Okay? It's a reflection of technological progress that makes an extinct being tangible. Details like hair and skin color were determined based on prior studies related to the Pliocene environment in which she lived. The final result is something not quite ape and not yet human. And man, this nigga constantly lying. It's just all he can do is lie, man. It says such as a flatter face and less protruding jaw. It has a less pronounced brow ridge than in chimpanzees, though still distinct from modern humans. The artistic Salakia version shows dark skin and hair, inspired by paleoanthropological descriptions, suggesting adaptation to the hot Ethiopian environment of three. I'm not even gonna finish reading that. And once again, they put in Ethiopia. They always hear Esau go, with the Africa thing, man. He added, the team believes that despite the limitation of the cranial fragments. Wait a minute, I thought you had the whole thing. Now he talking about he got fragments, right? It offers an anatomically coherent representation of a female Australopithecus afarensis. These are just fancy pants, words Esau likes to throw together to try to throw you off. Right? Despite the limitations of the cranial fragment. So they're saying, there's limitations in the fragments. It's only pieces, right? It offers an anatomically coherent representation. So this is anatomically correct. They're saying that this is where we come from. That's false, man. Lucy's body also shows elements of both ape and human. False. Her upper torso shows she was adapted to living in trees, but her lower body shows she also walked on two legs. Her brain, however, is very difficult to modern humans, or Slakia is very different to modern humans. The inner surface of her skull has a volume of about 391 cubic centimeters, similar to that of chimpanzees. Which, this was probably what they really did is they probably just took a chimpanzee skull, broke it up, added some fragments of some human, skull fragment, just basically glued that together. It says it indicates that her brain organization was closer to that of other primates. It says that she may have fallen out of a tree, and so they say that so that there's a reason for that skull to be broken up. They just mix and match in different pieces of skulls, man. Her fossilized bones will go on display in Europe for the first time this summer. So all of a sudden they're gonna bring these out, bring these bones out. It's all false. All right, at Prague's National Museum in August, which that's a national museum. That's something that's like the Smithsonian. So this damn devil, he's a liar. All right, he's far from the truth. Whenever you see Esau Edom, a lie is coming right after that. Going to Malachi 4:2. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. And part of the healing that's coming, okay, it's all these false notions, all these false ideas coming to an end, coming to a close. The Lord is going to truly restore and heal his man. We're no longer going to be subject to Esau Edom's lies and the lies of, the heathen, the lies of 2/3 of Israel. Right, the 2/3 of Israel who are going to be born through the loins of the elect, they're going to be righteous. No lies. The Lord is going to wipe away all tears. It's the Lord that's setting this up. It's the Lord that's exposing this damn devil. Which, if we went into the comments, which I'm not gonna go into the comments, all it would basically speak about is, wow, this is great, and sprinkled in there, you're gonna have a couple people that are gonna call BS. But even if they call BS, a lot of them who call BS are heathens. Right? A lot of them are 2/3 of Israel. Because you might have a 2/3 Israelite that may agree and say, okay, no, we don't come from monkeys. But they'll say some crazy shit. Like, we come from, the sun, the sun ejaculated and then went into, Jake come up with all sorts of crazy shit. All right, Jake come with the Egyptology thing. Jake come with all sorts of woman worship. It's endless. The Lord is going to heal his people, man. No more wickedness. Only righteousness for the children of Israel, man. It's coming. That healing is coming sooner than the heathen know. Because the heathen ain't getting healed. The healing is coming for the Israelites, but the healing is coming sooner than the heathen knows. All right? In the twinkling of an eye, we're going to be changed in front of these damn devils, in front of these heathens. Okay? In the and let me actually end the video with that. First Corinthians 15:52. In a moment, right? In an instant, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, at the end, when the end is truly speaking, right? For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. Being perfect, man. It's coming. It's coming. And in the kingdom, hey, man, nobody's going to be talking about Lucy or apes. You're not going to be in the kingdom and you got half human, half chimps walking around. You got one that's 3/4 human, 1/4 chimp. No, we're not going to have none of that, man. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. You're going to have the Israelite. You're going to have the Israelite. And then you're going to have the heathen. The Israelites are going to be on top. The Israelites are going to be perfect. Right? And the heathen is going to be regarded as nothing. You just basically going to be a servant and a slave. And Esau, Edom, you man, you're going to be unrecognizable. You just going to look like a blackberry. Just lumped up, like brothers. Brothers done seen when somebody really get mollywop. When they just get beat out there. Jake done seen. Jake done seen some things, man. The Israelites have seen some things. So brothers have seen somebody get beat out their clothes to where they basically running down the street, barely escaping with their life. That's how you damn devils are going to be looking, but you're not going to be able to escape. Where you going to run to? We everywhere. All right, we're going to be perfect in that day. All right, and the Lord's going to be there, right? Ruling in righteousness. And that day is swiftly approaching. Okay, so right now we have to defend the gospel, right? Defend the good news. Okay, and all these lies that is pushing out, right? We use the scriptures to disprove these things, man. We're going to continue to slice his lies in half with this sword, which is the scriptures. And for the Lord setting up the elder apostles of great millstone and the men before them, right? With this proper 100%, accurate and true doctrine in its proper format, So with that, Lord's will, you're edified. Call halal Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Akakwadash. Once again, double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, GMS, who rule well and teach well, Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Gabar, Elder Apostle Ramlab, Elder Apostle Racha, all right, elder bishops, all right, along with you brothers laboring in sincerity and in faith, may Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Akakwadash watch over you brothers, all the way up into the end, Lord's will, you're of the elect, you putting your best foot forward through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. This is your brother Giyar Ira of the GMS Great Millstone Mobile Port City Camp. All right, and may Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai watch over you brothers, man. Keep pushing. You brothers out there, keep pushing. And we almost up out of here. All right, soon. Very, very soon. We waiting on the CHIP. Then this is really going to start snowballing. All right? He's going to keep pushing his lies, all the way up until the very end, all the way up until he gets captured. He's going to be trying to lie even when he's captured. I didn't do nothing. Okay, you're going to be slaves to a perfect people. All right, along with you other nations. Yeah, we're speaking about Esau right now. You're going to be slaves to a perfect people, the Israelites, under their power. Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Akakwadash. All right. Shalom.